Welcome, my name is Tishara and this is StarMade. It's been a while and I've got something shocking to tell you guys. I've been playing other games. I know, it's shocking. But anyway, we're back to this build and so we're going to make some progress today. Because the last time we left off, we just completed the stack bay and connected it to the hallway that is connected again to the escape pods, so this section. But today I want to concentrate on this front section of the ship to fill this in. So it's going to house a number of important areas. First, of course, the bridge, the actual bridge that you can navigate the ship from. And we've got the airlocks, and I'm also looking for a way to incorporate some teleporter pads in here. Yeah, that's quite a lot for this area. I should have enough space, I think, but it's tightly packed together. What this is a giant jigsaw puzzle. I'm not all that good with those, but yeah, that's the same feeling I get when I'm trying to fill in this space. And this is the general layout I came up with. So I just mirrored it on both sides because I do want to have some redundancy for some of the areas. So let's start at the front. We've got our bridge area over here. Our core will be placed against the back wall of the bridge, and I'm thinking about going for a general Star Trek Enterprise Next Generation kind of feel for the bridge layout. And then on the sides we can have some meeting rooms and a captain's ready room, I think. And that will connect to an area over here where I will place my weapon computers, things like that. And then connect to an area over here that's basically a sort of security station that will defend against invaders, so they can't reach the bridge unmolested. I'll have to remove this temporary logic as well, find a place for that. Okay, and then we've got a small hallway in the middle here that will connect to an area over here, and I'm thinking of placing a teleporter over here. And then next to it we have an area to receive all the people from the airlock with some control station next to it, and it's probably an area for logic over there. And the only thing left is this hallway that will connect the main elevator, the medical area, and all the rest of the new rooms I'm going to build. It's a bit big, but perhaps I can place some benches and some greenery in here to liven up the place a bit and give people a place to sit when they wait for the elevator. Something like that. So yeah, I think this is the layout I'm sticking with. I didn't go beyond this line because this area is a bit weirdly shaped, and I'm probably going to place some doodads in there, the same I did with the areas, the dead areas I had up front over here, for example. Can't see it if it's dark, but yeah, I had some dead areas at the front that I placed some random stuff in. So yeah, let's get to it. The first thing I'm starting with is the bridge area, because that's, in my opinion, the most important at the moment. And already did a bit of decorating. As you can see here, it looks very sci-fi this way. Got the core in the middle here, with some of those charged circuits above and below it. Then a whole bunch of consoles with other computer-like blocks. And then on this side of the door as well. So I've got two doors, one here and one here. And then we've got this, yeah, what do you call it, sort of long desk-like structure with more consoles and two chairs for probably our science officer and our tactical officer, I think. And then we can place the captain's chair somewhere over here, and then two chairs for navigation or something like that. Yeah, like I said, very much reminiscent of the Enterprise E layout of the bridge. I think it will work for this situation as well. Then we've got two rooms to the side here that's not in there at the moment that we can build as a meeting room. I did change the area that it's connecting to a bit. As you can see here, this is 2 blocks next to each other. I had 1 block, 1 space and 1 block before that, so I made the area 1 block wider on each side, mainly because I didn't want the wall to directly connect to the door like this. So I wanted to have 1 block to the side, then go for the wall. Looked a bit nicer, gives me a bit more room to add the computer doodads and consoles I want in here as well. And done. Just added the last finishing touches, like the captain chair and the 2 navigation chairs next to it. And I've got this button at the captain chair over here. If you press it, then it will close the blast door for the window. And then now it's open again. And I've got this this frame at the front here over the window that I would imagine could house some sort of holographic projector screen. So if you've got an incoming call from an enemy ship or another ship that wants to communicate with you, you can display it over here in front of you. And I added some additional decoration over here on the side and marked the rooms to the side here, that this is the ready room and the other end is the meeting room. And as you can see here, I used the 2 block wide doors that are not actually 2 blocks wide, but I used the half blocks on the side here to make them look only 2 blocks wide. I quite like this technique. It's not the same for this one. This I left to 3 wide because I've got enough space here to allow for that. Next up on the list is the command computer area. I want to connect to the bridge, and I wanted to do something special in the corners here. That's why I've got this docked entity over here that's now docked at a 45-degree angle, because this allows me to place a chair at an angle and one of these computer console blocks at an angle as well. So I've got this this angled control area in the corners over here. And then in the middle over here, I marked it out already on the floor, there will be an area with the logic for my missiles inside. So I can move that as well. Well, recreate it, because I removed the old logic, and now I have to recreate it over here. This is exactly the feeling I was going for. A bit cramped, lots of computers and consoles and lights, and well, you can imagine all the beeping that's going on, but we don't have that in the game at the moment. So this is the bridge. Then you go in from here. This is this middle bit that I used for the logic that I've recreated for my missiles. So you can still access it if it's needed. And then you go through here. Then you come to the main entrance door to the command area. And I created a sort of guard area over here with 2 turrets that will protect the bridge. And lots of menacing red lights, of course. And a security camera to keep an eye on things. And this will lead to the hallway that's not done yet, that will lead to the rest of the ship. So yeah, pretty secure, I think. Come in, work here, and then go out again once you're done. Did a lot of basic block building to basically take all the shapes from the hallways that I laid out and give them dimension. So this is the main hallway connecting to the hospital area and the main elevator. And then we come into this area, and this is our teleporting area. So we've got a bit of a security station with metal detectors over here, and then you come in this area where the actual teleporter is, with some machinery around it to make it function. Not entirely happy with it at the moment. I'm still going to change it a bit and put it in a ceiling, of course, to give it a bit more detail. And over here is the hallway that would lead to the bridge. And on this end, we've got our area for the airlock. So also with a metal detector and a guard station next to it, so you can talk to the guards over here without you being able to get to them. And this area will probably be something like airlock equipment storage, so your spacesuits, things like that, you can equip or store here, and then you can make use of the airlock. So yeah, I think I mapped out most of the areas I'm working on now. It all fits quite nicely. I still need to do a lot of detailing, but it's coming along. One other thing I haven't shown you is the airlock itself. It's very simple design inside, just with the button in the middle, then a light will blink and then the door will open. There's nothing to go outside yet because the outer armor panel is closed. And you can't open that from the airlock, but you can open it from the control area next to the airlock. That's what this button is for. Or you can operate the airlock itself as well. So now you can see that the outer armor panel is open, and now you can go outside the airlock. So now it's something you have to tell the guards to open. It's a final security detail. I did a bit more work on the main hallway that would connect the elevator. Like I said, I had a lot of space here. I wanted to do something in this corner because there's a lot of open space. So I decided to go for a public bathroom ID. So yeah, you can have 3 over here, then some washing basin over there, I think, to at least fill up some of the space here. Then the rest can be kept open. I did some similar detailing on the walls, etc., as I did on the hallway over here with the orange and the recessed panels, but not as many panels as I have in the hallway because I needed the space for this corner as well. So yeah, this is going along nicely. Did some work here on the teleporter as well. Changed the design a bit, more of a enclosed space now with glass, and then a workstation at the back that can operate the actual teleporter. And to the side over here, I've got this door now that will lead to a small space with a lot of computers. Doesn't have a roof yet, but yeah, I've had this space available here and I wanted to fill it up with something. So I imagine that these computers will calculate what needs to happen with the teleporter itself. That's the idea behind it, at least. I quite like the view from outside the ship into the bridge. Very sci-fi feel. Can do a lot of fancy camera angles like that. But that's not why I'm here. I'm going to hop out of the core because I want to walk around a bit, and I'm going to show you some of the final details I added to finish up this front area of the ship. It's not completely done, but most of the basics are in here. So this hallway is done now. It has a roof and some fancy piping and other doodads. This area is enclosed now as well. Still very empty, but it's got the ceiling as well. Some additional details in the floor, and the teleporter itself is done. Did the same for this area. It's quite dark in some of the corners, I still think, but I'm still going to work on that. This public restroom is now done as well. So if you go in here, you've got the stalls over here, then the for washing your hands over here with a mirror. And this is a fancy paper towel dispenser or something like that. And I'm quite proud of this one. This is a trash can. So you can get the paper towel, then throw it in here, and then it gets recycled or something like that. So yeah, this is now complete as well. And the last part is all the way on the other end, is the area for the airlock. I lengthened it 1 block, the room. Still had to move it a bit, but yeah, it's complete now as well, including the card station over here with a workbench. Still needs a lot of detail, but okay. Control area, and then over here we've got the logic room for the airlock itself. So yeah, that all works and it's all functional. Like I said, except for all the small details I want to put in to make it feel more alive. There's one other thing I want to show you guys, but it's not something in StarMade. It is StarMade related, but it has to do with once this ship is done. Welcome to a very old version of Photoshop. Like I said, once this ship is done, it's going to be very complex with a lot of interior. So I wanted to create a map for people to give some information where certain things are. That basically grow to something like an idea for a technical manual for the ship, to also give people information how to maintain and perhaps improve the ship. So to show where systems are, things like that. But this is my first try at one of the levels. So this is basically the area we just created, including the meta bay area. And I've got a couple of different colors that indicate something is there. And I use purple for critical systems, so basically the core and the faction block are here, and the permanent computers. Light blue will indicate access from outside to the ship, so the airlocks and the teleporters. Red is access to the floor, so that's elevators. Orange are the escape pods, and green are logic rooms. So the green at the top is the logic for the missiles, and the green to the sides is for the actual escape pods. So yeah, this works out very well for me, I think. I also did the lower floor. So for example, this is the hangar bay floor. Like I said, the red is the elevators, the light blue in the middle here is the access for the ships, and we have of course the large areas for the cargo. The last floor I did is the subsystem floor. It's a small one with just the main logic room and the maintenance hallways and stairs down to the lower areas. I haven't done those yet. So yeah, the idea is to have some information on a couple of pages in a small tech manual, like I said, to give information on the ship, so people won't get lost and that they can maintain the ship. So I'm hoping you like what I've shown you today. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.